Foreign Relations Committee will come to order, and I want to thank each of you for being here. And Ambassador Ford, I know you had, we're starting at a little bit later time than normal to accommodate your travel, but we thank all three of you for being here. And probably will limit questions to 5 minutes today because of the timing and what comes behind this. But again, thank you. As many of us know, this committee has spent a lot of time on the Syrian war. 5 years into the war, I think we can draw a few general conclusions. Without leverage on the Assad regime, we have little ability to influence a diplomatic solution to the war. The longer this war goes on, the more complicated it gets and the more people suffer. Today, we are at a meeting in the latest round of peace talks in Vienna. I talked to Dr. Hijab, the leader of the opposition, in April, and understand why they withdrew from the talks. As violence picked up, humanitarian aid was stopped and civilians were targeted, so they almost had no choice, and we supported him in that. I would be interested to hear your thoughts on what could bring the opposition back to the table at this point. And more importantly, I'd like to hear your expectations for the talks. At a time when civilians continue to be targeted, aid convoys continue to be stopped, and in some areas, elements of the opposition are acting against their own interest, I'm not sure exactly what can come out of Vienna, but we look forward to hearing your thoughts in that regard. I know Secretary Kerry has repeatedly mentioned a Plan B. I've never sensed that was realistic. It seems to me very rhetorical. I don't even know now if it's even aiding in getting to an end. But I would also appreciate your thoughts on some of the longer-term ramifications of the war. Issues like the refugee crisis, a generation without education, an independent Kurdish region, and a threat to Turkey will have impact for generations to come. Finally, we spend a lot of time talking about Syria, not enough time listening to what Syrians are saying. Without objection, Mr. Ranking Member, I'd like to insert 2 documents into the record. The first is a report on chemical attacks from the Syrian American Medical Society. The second is a letter from 150 Syrians working to provide governance in Syria. Without objection, I'll enter those into the record. And with that, again, I want to thank you all for being here and look forward to our comments from our distinguished ranking member.